ago, Marty and I bought chickens, and one of them had an incident with the bulldog next door. Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests. A couple of years ago, we thought it'd be really cool to have chickens. Plus, we wanted the eggs. They're pretty tasty. One of these little girls we used to get, we had them in a brooder in our sewing room. And this little girl's name was Pearl. She was the bravest one of all the chicks. She would fly up to the top of the brooder and just yell, "You can't keep me locked up in here!" But I did, because she had to get a little bigger to go outside. I used to let the girls out in the backyard so they could kind of rummage around, find some free worms, have a good time. Well, the bulldog next door used to bark at them every time they would go out there. This annoyed the girls to no end. Well, finally Pearl said, "I had enough of you, buddy." So she walked over to the gate and she pecked him through the gate. Well, that made the bulldog angry, and he let her know because he attempted to bite her through the gate. That made her a lot madder. So she flew up into the air, over the gate, and into the neighbor's yard with the bulldog. She gets in there. They start to stare each other down into one of those old Western standoffs. The dog's taking up defense. He's lowering down. He's showing his teeth and he's getting ready. And Pearl's taking the offense. She's got her wings up, her beak's lowered. She's ready to attack. And I'm sitting on the fence eating popcorn, drinking an edge over root beer float. And I'm thinking, oh, it's about to go down. And in my mind, I'm hearing the same thing I think they're hearing in their minds. 3, 2, 1, fly! And they run at each other. Pearl flies up in the air, takes her right wing all the way back. And on her descent down, she smacks the bulldog across the nose. That was better than any right hook I've ever seen. Well, the bulldog thinks, I'll pounce on her just as she hits the ground. So he launches and dives for Pearl. No, my girl is slick. She does a body tuck, roll under, and comes right under the belly dog. She takes her paw and she scratches all the way down his paw. The dog is in shock. He hits the ground with a thud. And he's like, what just happened here? What did And Pearl slides right in. She gets back up. And she's like, bark, bark, bark. Which, if you don't speak Chickenese, translates to, jump at me, big boy. And the dog, he's mad now. He's like, which translates to, come at me, sis. So they go at it. And I kid you not, it's just like the cartoon. All I saw was a cloud of smoke, a wing here, a paw here. When the smoke cleared, Pearl was standing on the back of the dog. She apparently broke his collar in the fight. She had one wrapped around this wing and one end wrapped around this wing, and she was pulling it tighter and tighter. We all know what was happening. She was choking the bulldog into submission. And rather than pass out in front of all the ladies, he decided to do 3 quick successions on the ground. He surrendered. Pearl flew off, landed on the gate perfectly, looked back and said, bop, bop, bop. Again, translates to, put some respect on my name, bro. And the bulldog, licking his lips, because Pearl's kind of tasty, and licking his paw because it's hurt. And he says, woof, woof, which means mad respect. Pearl and the bulldog never became friends, but she did teach the bulldog a valuable lesson that day. Just because you think you're bigger, therefore better, doesn't give you the right to pick on other people. So Pearl, satisfied with her win, flew up into the air And as she flew into our yard, she said, "Bark, bark!" which translates to "Later, loser!" The bulldog looks at his collar, sitting on top of a speckled feather. He gets up, walks to his back door, impressed and embarrassed. Bark, which translates, well, it really wasn't nice, so I won't translate it for you here today, but you'll get the idea. That is how my girl Pearl squared up with the bulldog next door and became queen of the backyards. Cluck, cluck, cluck.